All right, so in this video, we're gonna configure Onyx for the Kongsberg QR production workflow. This is gonna allow you to basically scan a QR code from the table through the camera system and automatically open a job. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is go File, Manage Cutters. Once you get into here, you're going to scroll down and find the Kongsberg iPC. You're going to enable that with a checkbox. I like to clear all and then only enable the one that I'm going to be using. That way I don't have a big list to scroll through. From there, we're going to go Configure. And in here, you've got a couple options for where the QR code is going to go. You can also use a code 39 if you've got a handheld scan gun, but QR is probably going to be the best for you guys. That way you guys can utilize the camera in the machine. Up to you guys if you want to use barcode, text label. Same with direction marks. Direction marks are good if you've got roll material, and that way you at least know how the job is oriented. For UV flatbed printing, sometimes that can get a little blurry on the edges of a barcode, especially a small QR code. So unfortunately, some of the UV production models are going to need to use the large barcode. We have a Digitech here, and it seems to work best with the large barcode. As far as your margins, you guys can manipulate these a little bit and get it down to the minimums. Do note, if you go too small, it will start to clip things out. Intermediate X marks, realistically, you don't need those. You're going to get 5 marks at minimum. You're going to get the 4 corners and then 1 additional in one of the corners. So you don't really need these intermediate marks. If you're doing roll material where you're putting it through an HP latex that's got heat, where the material heats up, it could cause some warpage of the material, where you might want to reduce this down to like 5 inches. That way we can kind of follow the distortion of the material. Next thing here is append job name to cut file. This is just going to put a job name that is the file name. It's going to use that at the end of Onyx's special code that it gives it. Generate preview image does not work from what I can tell. We need to do a little bit of investigation there. Most important thing is to set the cut file path. The cut file path is where the zip file that Onyx generates is going to go. As you can see here, this is going to a remote server of ours. Table files into an Onyx cut folder. So in that Onyx cut folder, you're just going to see a bunch of files like this. Again, it's talking about that code. That's what the code looks like that Onyx assigns to it. And then if you've got the file name, you can add that at the end if you would like. That's what that option does. So once you've got that defined from the table, I'll go ahead and switch over there. I'm going to pause the video and jump over to the machine. All right, so here we are with a C24. The way we utilize that production is you would either start production via barcode or open file via barcode. I'll just select this one first so we can see what happens. When you select this, it's going to ask you where you want to look. So for me in Onyx, and what we're setting up today, I'm going to go to my server, and then I'm going to go to Onyx Cut, and then that is the directory that we're going to use when we open a job. So when I hit start now, the machine is going to go, it's going to turn the camera on, and it's going to ask you to present it the QR code. Once you present it and it finds it and you hit confirm, it's going to open the job and wait for you to run the job. So that is open via barcode. Now, if we look at file, start production via barcode, A similar window comes up, but you do have more options for how you're going to prepare the table for handling. You can also define how you want it material handling as far as presets and material presets that we have available. So we'll go back over to Onyx and check the advanced configurations over there. So I'll pause the video again. All right, so now we understand how that file path correlates to how production's run on a Kongsberg. Let's take a look now, we're done with all this, at how we enable a Kongsberg iPC workflow here. So I'm just going to take a job. I'm going to open the job properties. In the job properties window, we can see our cutter contour selection does say that Kongsberg iPC. By default, it would probably say none. So you're going to want to enable Kongsberg iPC there. Next thing you're going to want to do is in the job itself, you're either going to want to name a vector swatch through cut, and that's through cut with no spacing. That way Onyx can understand what it is and it can link it to a cut path. Otherwise, you're going to need to manually enable some sort of tile outline cut path. If you enable this option here in marks, this is going to allow you to use the edge of the image as a cut path. So again, I'll turn that on and we can see the pink line preview right there. Now, some other options that you may want to turn on inside of here, you can add a label. You can add bleed. If your image needs bleed, you want to define that here like 0.25. It's a little heavy for bleed, but we're just examples here. And then you've got the option for a color type bleed, a mirror duplication. Outside of that, that's all you have to do to enable a Kongsberg QR workflow. Once you send the job to the printer from here, it's going to also put that cut file in that Onyx cut directory. So there we submit. Job is now sent. And if we look in our folder and we sort by today's date, 128, 128, there's our cut file. If I open that up and look at it, inside of there, I'm going to have a CGF, a JDF, and a flag file. So that's your 3 files that go to the cutter that allow it to process. Thank you much.